deep gratitude to Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Yoga. I welcome all of you all today for the session of the first 100 Chaturtiya Vinyasa Krama, the asanas. So this is the 500th, 600 asanas. So today let's sit straight and with the spine straight, head, neck and spine in a straight line. Shoulders relax, hands in Namaskara Mudra, Anjali Mudra. Let's chant the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dandvatitam Gaganasdusham Tadvamasyadiraksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahidam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Now let's chant the Shiva Mula mantra 11 times internally. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. 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 Now you all next is the Tadvachamanam, which is the cleansing. So take some water in the Udrani and pour it on your right palm in Gokarna Mudra. Om Atma Tattvam Shodhayami Sudha. Vidya Tattvam Shodhayami Sudha. Shiva Tattvam Shodhayami Sudha. Next, wash your hands and now place your the bottom of your palm on your lips and move it right to left. Hamriya Yamaha. Take the 3 fingers, your index finger, middle finger and your ring finger, the top above your lips and below your lips. Wash your hands and bring your index finger and your thumb on your nostrils. Wash your hands and now bring your ring finger and your thumb together on your right eyelid and your left eyelid, and then your right ears and your left ear. Now wash your hands and bring your last finger on your navel center, right, left, chest. Now bring all your fingers on top of your crown, in your crown center, right shoulder and left shoulder, then heart center. Wash your hands. And now let's start the conscious resolution. So you can close your eyes and visualize that you've already have whatever your conscious resolution is for today. You've already achieved it. There's no more incompletion. You have all what you want to do. Just visualize it, power of visualization. समस्त दुरितक्षयद्वारा भगवन् श्री नित्यानंद परमेश्वर प्रीत्यर्थम श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमेश्वर शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमेश्वर प्रीत्यर्थम च आद्य पूर्वोक्त एवं गुण विशेषण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ पूर्ण आरोग्य युक्त तृदगात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थम परमेश्वर शक्ति आविष्करणार्थम नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये। ओम अपौपस्पृश्य wash your hands. Now as you have set your conscious resolution and what you want to achieve this whole day, this day, so bring gratitude to Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramahansa for having us begin this conscious spiritual session, beginning of the day. First, succeed in our life. So slowly stand up on the mat. You just start doing some warm up. So now stretch all your legs and hands. Stretch it as much as you can. Your neck. Now bring awareness to your ankle and start rotating your ankle clockwise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now clockwise. Your left ankle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now rotate your knees clockwise position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now rotate your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now stretch your hips. Move from side to side. Now bring your left hands over your head. Stretch. Do the same for the other side. Now stretch your legs. Bring your upper body towards the ground. Try to bring your elbows to the ground if you can. And stretch. Walk to your left leg. Now bring your hands and move up to your right leg. Stretch see, you can feel the stretches under your thighs. Now bring your legs closer to you, to each other, and now bend to your right leg. Both hands touching your right leg. Now both hands touching your left leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And stand straight. Stretch your arms, the back, as much as you can. Now let's do rotation, small rotation on your hands, arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the other anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now your wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now push your arms to the top, right hand to right palm pointing towards the top, and now push it to the bottom, fingers pointing bottom, and now push your left fingers to the top and right, now push it to the bottom. Now let's bring warm up on your neck area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now do a small rotation in your neck area. 1, 2, 3, 4. So anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go to the skeleton dance. So visualize your bones, just your pure bones. Visualize that you're a skeleton and move your body. Move only the skeleton. As much as you can. So now we'll start doing the asanas.
Parashvada asanam api yadam madhyasanam tataiva anyat simhasanam api uchyate.
Now continue to remain seated in Padmasana and place your hands on your knees. We'll continue, you can unlock the Kechari Mudra, but we'll continue with the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. And here we'll only be engaging the Uddiyana Bandha. So you'll be sucking your stomach in and up. And gaze at your third eye now. And continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize your body as a sacred vessel, spine as a radiant mala of 108 luminous beads, a sacred garland offered upward, and energy flows gently along this threaded axis, awakening each knot, carrying your devotion to the divine source in effortless accent. Relax. Let us move to the next asana.
The next asana is Narada Laya Mudra, Narada's melody seal. This comes from Sutra Hatha Yoga. Recha katarkamim kumbhaka jyo mudrena ma kechadi vadi pom layame vahi naradaki laya jata harhota janka bhaya.
Now again continue to remain seated in Padmasana. Now you'll be placing your hands in the Bindu Mudra, so your Padmasana, we are going to be sitting in Padmasana, and to place your thighs on top of the opposite, place your legs on top of the opposite thighs, and place your hands on your knees and keep your spine straight. So here we'll be also be performing the Kechari Mudra, where you will be turning your tongue gently back and upward into the hollow of your mouth. And we'll be also be performing the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. So inhale deeply and hold your breath while withdrawing your senses, and bring your attention inwards as you hold as long as you can comfortably. And exhale slowly now. And you're going to be repeating this inhalation and exhalation. We'll be engaging all the three bandhas here. The Mahamudra bandha, so tuck your chin to your chest, lock your perineum in the Mula bandha, as well as suck your stomach in and up in the Chaturtiya bandha. Gaze at the tip of your nose and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize your awareness lifting from the body into the vast expanse of inner sky, and see yourself drift weightlessly through luminous space, moving beyond earth-bound limits into the silent freedom where only pure consciousness abides. Good. Now you can relax. Let us move to the next asana.
The next is Agrasana, the front seated pose. This comes from the Malla Purana. Agrasanam cha pratamam parashvada asanam apiyadam madhyasanam tataiva anyat simhasanam api uchyate.
Now continue to remain seated in Padmasana and place your hands on your knees. We'll continue, you can unlock the Kechari Mudra, but we'll continue with the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. And here we'll only be engaging the Uddiyana Bandha. So you'll be sucking your stomach in and up. And gaze at your third eye now. And continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize your body as a sacred vessel, spine as a radiant mala of 108 luminous beads, a sacred garland offered upward, and energy flows gently along this threaded axis, awakening each knot, carrying your devotion to the divine source in effortless accent. Relax. Let us move to the next asana.
The next asana is Narada Mudra, Narada's melody seal. This comes from Sutra Hatha Yoga. Recha Katarkamim Kumbhaka Jyo Mudrena Ma Kechadi Vadi Om Layame Vahi Naradaki Laya Jata Harhota Jakka Bhaya.
Now again continue to remain seated in Padmasana. Now you'll be placing your hands in the Bindu Mudra, so your thumb and engage the Kechari Mudra, turn your tongue inside, gently back and upward into the hollow of your mouth. Continue with the Pratyahara Kumbhaka and lock your perineum now in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward. Continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham and visualize the flame of consciousness glowing steadily within as Narada's celestial melody arises. Its notes carry your awareness into blissful absorption. In this sacred rhythm, all your fears dissolve, leaving only the pure joy of the soul's eternal song. Now let's move to the next asana.
The next is Bhumkarasana, the roaring hum pose. This comes from Guru Core Part 3. Bhuhyavayam nadyamatva akarshtum upayaha padmasane tatum stapya hastadvayam parshvayornyase.
Now again continue to remain seated in Padmasana, and now we'll be placing the hands on the sides of the stomach here, and we have here we'll be performing the Humche Kara Mudra, where we'll be placing both the hands upon the sides with the thumb turned inwards, and extend and hold the abdomen long. Now continue with the Pratyahara Kumbhaka and engage your perineum, the Mula Bandha, gaze forward, and we'll be humming. We'll be having the hum sound repeatedly inside of us. Will not be producing the sound, but it will be chanting the mantra hum continuously inside of us. Here, visualize a luminous blue vibration of light energy glowing at your navel and feel its radiating power through this central channel, its sound scattering all obstacles, and sit as unshakable as a mountain, embodying the Hamkara's fearless presence. Now relax, let's move on to the next asana.
The next is Vairochanasana. This comes from True Core. Yoga Chakra Yantro Pakara Nayabhushitam Vairochana Padmasana Vistirna Vandena Prana Vayuraso Vishuddhaha.
Continue to remain seated in Padmasana, and now your hands will be again by your side, next side to your on your abdomen. And now we'll be continuing now with the Kechari Mudra and continue also with the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, look forward and continue to hum internally. And now visualize yourself seated as the radiant Vairochana, the all-illuminating presence at the center of the Dharma will. Light streams outward from your body in every direction, purifying the winds within and clearing all obscurations. You rest as the unmoving access of luminous awareness, vast, bright, and all-embracing. Very good. Now let us move to the next asana.
The next is Jnana Mudrasana, the seat of wisdom. This comes from Shiva Yoga Deepika. Jana Vyamado Bhumo Stapya Hidi Chinmudram Dharayan Nabho Padakalam Samstapya Jnana Mudrasanam Viduhu.
Now come on to your knees. And you will be sitting, your heels will be on your perineum, and place your hands in the Bindu Mudra, the thumb and the index finger touching, and place your hands on your thigh. Here we'll be performing the Sama Vritti, the Sama Kumbhaka, where you will be inhaling through the nose and exhaling evenly, maintaining the rhythmic breath without strain. And we'll be engaging all the three bandhas. The Mahamudra Bandha, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, suck your stomach in and up in the Udhyana Bandha, and tuck your chin to your chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. Gaze at the tip of your nose and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize resting in wisdom's seat grounded at your core, rooted yet elevated, embody clarity, insight from inner silence. Like an ancient throne, support yourself with dignity, radiating calm wisdom. Feel its anchor, mind and spirit guiding choices confidently. Relax. Let's move on to the next asana.
The next is Kaya Yamavasana, the body union pose. This comes from Teraya Yamagavetva. Mele Uyaditi Mele Uyaditi Kile Irakvainalik Yallapuru Puru.
Very good. Now we'll come seated on the, so raise your knees up and we'll be sitting on our heels, and place your hands forward in front of you, form a fist with your hand. And now we'll be so now we'll be here performing the Shambhavi Mudra. So keep the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within. We'll continue now with the Sama Kumbhaka. Inhale through the nose and exhale evenly, maintaining the rhythmic breath without strain. And lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and gaze forward. Continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. And now we'll be here, visualize prana flowing freely through your legs, clearing tightness, dissolving stiffness, and see golden light flushing away the stagnant energy, lubricating and strengthening each connection. Relax. Let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Utkatasana, the intense pose too. This comes from Yoga Kanta. Pradpushtam
Yes, so now we'll come back to the same position as the previous asana. And now we'll be resting the hands. Rest the hands on your knees and continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Remember to keep your spine straight and visualize the fierce form of Shiva, Lord Rudra, in your inner space. See yourself steady and grounded. Like Rudra, you embody strength, stability, and an unshakable will, transforming effort into blissful strength. Very good. Now relax. Let's move on to the next asana.
The next is Vakrasana, the twisted pose. This comes from Yogasana China. Vakrasana.
Okay, good. Now let's start by extending both the legs forward, and now you'll be bringing one leg over the top of the knee. Yes, and place the sole flat on the ground, and now you'll be taking the hand and placing it across the knee and on the ground. The other hand will be behind you, the fingers pointing backward direction. Continue with the Shambhavi Mudra. Here we'll be performing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, where you'll be constricting your throat and inhaling, producing the sound of an ocean, and exhaling, producing the sound of an ocean. And lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize sinking into the static squat as energy twists from upper body through the hips and legs, awakening Kundalini muscles and shake not from weakness, but the muscles are shaking not from weakness, but releasing tension to forge strength. You can relax. Now let's move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Nithasana, the bench pose. This comes from Sarvajnanottara Yoga Prakarana. Pitam Ardhachandram va Sarvato Bhadrameva cha Asanam Ruchitam Badva Padmadhyasana Lakshanam Ata Karanam Aha.
Good. Now we'll bring both the legs in the knees raised to the sky, and the soles will be flat on the ground, and hold on to your knees with both the hands. Continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka and lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha. Gaze forward and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham and vision prana flowing upward through your core, energizing and opening your Anahata Chakra, your heart chakra, and feel your spine lengthening as you lift your chest, embodying stability and expansion. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Bhumi Padangusthasana, the grounded big toe pose. This comes from Yogasara Sapraha. Karadvayata talam bhumau utakarena dharaye kinchid anamritattano nischala stira manasa.
Very good. Now let us come to a standing position. And now bend forward and down, and your hands will be flat on the ground. And here you will continue with the Ujjayi Pranayama, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward, continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and visualize prana flowing freely through your legs, clearing tightness, dissolving stiffness, and see the golden light flushing through you, clearing all the knots and the obstacles inside of you, lubricating and strengthening each connection. Now you can relax. Let's move on to the next asana.
The next is Kundali Asana, the coiled energy pose. This comes from Naradiya Samhita. Kundali Asana.
Okay, now let us again come to a standing position and clasp your hand behind you. Clasp your hand behind you and continue and open up your chest as well. Open your chest and continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha. You will be gazing upward and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Here in the visualization, visualize a luminous spiral of cold energy at your spine's base. dense and vibrant, and then it brightens steadily as slow breath nourishes it without force. Relax. Let's move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Padahastasana, the hand to foot pose. This comes from the Yoga Nirmaya of Sundaradeva. Padahastasana nama Pado hastabhyam sprashed yada shirasa janudesham sprashed Padahastasana bhavet.
Good. Now come back to a standing position, bend forward and down, and hold on to your toes, and continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze at the tip of your nose, chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and visualize the spine elongating as you fold forward, releasing tension through your neck and your back, and envision prana flowing downwards from the crown, calming the mind and softening the body. Relax. Now let's move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Shwana Prasharanasana Urvanga, the dog stretch pose.
Yes. So now here in this asana, so from a standing position, now you're going to take a wide stance with your front knee bent to 90 degrees. Yes, and your back leg will be straight. Hinge forward to bring your chest just above your front thigh. And now interlace your fingers behind you and extend your arms back and upward. And place your hands actively for an opening stretch. Avoid collapsing your chest. And here visualize prana flowing through your arms and chest, energizing and cleansing. Contemplate courage, ground, power, and the unwavering resolve flowing from your focused, steady, steadfast posture. And here we'll be having a new mudra, which is, this is called the Pasha Hasta Mudra, so which is basically where we are interlacing the fingers firmly and placing the hands, the palms upon the palm here and raising it up forward to the sky. And we'll continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze downward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now again come to a standing position in this asana. So now you are going to be stabilizing the knees and engage the thigh joints. So step one leg back into a lunge with the torso upright and extend the back leg straight. Then lift and move it forward, back and to the side in a controlled circular sequence. Yes. Now keep the spine tall, hips aligned and maintain steady balance. Envision the prana flowing steady through legs and core, awakening inner vitality, and it fuels unyielding strength for stability, fluid mobility and for graceful movement. Here will be now be continuing with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka and lofty perineum in the Mula Bandha, and you will be gazing forward and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Good. Relax. And now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Ekapadasana, the one-leg pose. This comes from the Hatha Siddham Padmam Kata Simham Bhadram Vajram Muktarkam Guptam Gomukham Mekam Cha Veeram Sastikam Evacha.
Now come to a standing position. Yes. And now you are going to be shifting your weight onto one leg. So hinge forward from your hips as you lift your other leg straight back until parallel to the ground, and extend your arms forward in line with your ears, and then you are going to be placing your hands in the Anjali Mudra. Yes, so both your palms together, and now visualize that one leg is arching behind your head, embodying karmic knots, ancient samskaras, dissolving into boundless freedom. Feel deep spiritual blockages unravel layer by layer, releasing stored tensions and past imprints. And here we'll be continuing with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, and we'll be engaging the Jarandhara Bandha, where you'll be locking your chin to your chest, and you'll be gazing downwards and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move to the next asana.
The next asana is Chandrakantasana, the beloved moon pose. This comes from Hatha Ratnavali. Ardhanarishwaram Chaite Papasana Dharavahe Chandrakanta Sudasaram Vyagrasanamiti Param.
Good. Now come back to a standing position. Now you will basically start in a deep lunge with your front knee stacked over your ankle and your back knee straight resting on the mat. Yes, so press your front foot as you lift your chest and back. So now reach your arms overhead and extend them slightly behind with your palms together for connection. So your hands will be in Anjali Mudra. So now visualize cool moonlight rising through your spine, filling you with steady and calming energy, and continue with the Ujjayi Pranayama, the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, and gaze, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and gaze upward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Ardhachandrasana, the half moon pose. This comes from Tulkhor. Purake Padal Dvayam Prasadya Hastadvayam Vyom Nidhaya Rechaketa Vastrasvakayam Prasadita Padadishinamaye.
Okay, very good. Now come back to a standing position. And now you will be placing your feet wide apart and your front foot will be turned forward. Now hinge your hips to lower your front hand towards your ankle while keeping your top arm resting along your side of your body. Now keep your chest open towards the side and place your lower hand slightly for balance. So visualize your whole form as a clear radiant crescent moon and see the curve of the moon as your own shape, calm and steady in the vast sky. Now continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and you will be gazing to the side and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham internally. Now relax, let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Ardha Chandrasana Purnanga, the half moon pose preliminary. This comes from Dhruv. Hastau Vama Dakshino Yupat Pataye Dakshina Bhashena Mitra Vyamam Tatapurnavame Paryat.
Okay. Now come to a standing position again. Come back to a standing position. And now we'll be placing the feet wide apart and your front foot will be pointing forward. Now hinge at your hip to reach your front hand towards your front ankle while extending your top arm now forward in line with your body. So visualize your whole form as a clear radiant crescent moon. See the curve of the moon as your own shape, calm and steady in the vast sky. Continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, the Mula Bandha, gaze to the side and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Vajrasana, elephant pose 2. This comes from the Yoga Sara Sangraha. Janvo Lodvakarau Sapstapya Stiradeho Bhavedhridam Etad Dadasanam Sarva Vigna Vicheda Karakam.
Now come back to a standing position and spread your legs apart. So now you're going to be bending. Yes. So place your hands just above your knees and bend forward slightly while keeping your spine long and your body steady. So press your palms firmly into your thigh for stability, keeping your chest lifted and gaze forward. Visualize yourself as a mighty elephant, steady and grounded in unwavering strength, and vision a calm, powerful energy radiating from deep within, clearing all obstacles before you. And continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Nachiketasana, that is the fire sticker pose. This comes from Naradiya Samhita. Nachiketasana.
Now come back to a standing position. Yes, and so your feet now will be together and raise your hands above to the sky in the Anjali Mudra, your palms together. Visualize embodying Nachiketa's unique qualities, razor sharp discernment, piercing illusion, fearless resolve, defying death, and selfless wisdom, seeking only eternal truth. Continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka and the lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Varahasana 3. The board pose 3. This comes from Nithyananda Samhita. Karatalau bhumau samstapya padagram bhujantare udaram chodvam uttapya varadam idamasanam.
Good. Now come back to a standing position. Now you're going to lean forward and down and place your hands to the ground. Visualize yourself as a steadfast bow, rooted firmly and pushing forward with unwavering power. Continue with the Shambhavi Mudra now and the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward forward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Very good. Let's come to the next asana now.
The next asana is Angushta Mushtikasana Parshvantale. This just supposed to be from the other side. This comes from Hatha Ratnavali. Kabam Dasana Nityaham Yogo Rakshasana Mevacha Angushta Mushtikam Nyayam Brahma Prasadi Tattata.
Good. Now come back to a standing position and you're going to spread your legs wide apart, and now you're going to be forming a fist and bend forward and down to one direction. Yes, and yes. So here you'll be envisioning prana flowing through your arms and the chest, energizing and cleansing. And here we'll be continuing with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze downwards and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Very good. Relax. And now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Siddhashtanga Virvanasana on the other side, Parshvantale. The directional lunge goes, the Pramana comes from Nanda Purana. Uru Sandhidara Namcha Tato Preranam Param Yudha Sambhadirohanam Tadaghavasta Devacha.
Now come back to a standing position. So we'll be repeating this asana in the other side. So now you're going to be engaging the thigh joints. Now step one, leg back and into a lunge with the torso upright, and extend the back leg straight. Then lift and move it forward, back and to the side in a controlled circular sequence. Now you're going to be keeping the spine tall. Now envision prana flowing steadily through the legs and the core, awakening inner vitality. Continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka and lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha. And gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Very good. Now you can relax. Let's move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Ekapadasana Parshvantale, the one-legged pose. This comes from Hatha Ratnavali. Siddham Padmantaka Siddhim Badram Vajram Cha Muktakam Muktam Gomukham Mekam Cha Iram Sastikam Evata.
Okay, come to a standing position now. Yes. So now you will be lifting. So you're going to be shifting your weight onto one leg and hinge forward from your hips as you lift the other leg straight back until parallel to the ground. Yes, so the other leg, if you're able to, should be pointing to the sky, and your hands will be placed on the ground here, flat. Both the palms will be flat on the ground. So here you'll be placing the hands, yes, forward in Anjali Mudra, and visualize one leg arching behind your head, embodying karmic knots, ancient samskaras dissolving into boundless freedom, and continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka and the Jalandhara Bandha, where you will be locking your chin to the chest and gaze downwards, and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Now let us move on to the
Adishwaram Chaite Vakasana Dvaravahe Chandrakanta Siddhasaram Vyagrasana Vitipparam.
Okay, now let us come back to a standing position. And now you will be, yes, placing one foot forward and the other knee of the other foot will be placed on the ground, and extend your hand to the sky in the Anjali Mudra. Now, open up your chest to the sky and continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka here. Visualize cool moonlight rising through your spine, lifting you, filling you with steady, calming energy. Now, you're going to lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and gaze upward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana
So now let's come back again to a standing position. Spread your feet wide apart. Now you're going to be extending one leg to one hand on the ground, and the other leg will be lifted off to above your head. Now visualize your side body forming a tangible crescent moon. Feel cooling prana curve along your ribs, soothing Ida like Soma's nectar. And we'll continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move to the next asana.
The next is Asana Purvanga Parshvantari. The half moon was previously repeated. This comes from June Khor. Hastau Vama Dakshino Purvapat Padaye Dakshina Parshvena Metva Vyayamam Tata Purna Vame Kudyat.
Good. So now let's come back to the same position as the previous asana here, except that your hands will be the top hand will be by your side and you will be gazing to the sky. And visualize your side body extending fully, creating a crescent shape like and space. Envision prana flowing along your rib cage, energizing the heart and the side channels. We'll continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka and the Mula Bandha. And yes, we'll be gazing to the side and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Relax, and now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Parvatasana 3, the mountain pose 3. This comes from Yoga led by Nithyananda Yoga. Parvata akaram uttapya shariram yatra tishtati parvatasanam ityuktam sarvavyadi vinashanam.
Very good. Now come onto your knees. Yes, come to your sit on, and your heels will be on your perineum, and your hands will be crossed in front of you. And here visualize yourself as a towering mountain, standing tall and immovable. Feel the ancient strength and serene stability that anchors you to the earth, rising above challenges with unwavering resolve. And here we'll now be performing the Samavriti, where you'll be inhaling through the nose and exhale evenly, maintaining the rhythmic breath without strain. And we'll be engaging the Uddiyana Bandha, where you'll be sucking your stomach in and up. And we'll be gazing upwards, and we'll be chanting internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Shvana Parasarasana, Uttaranga, the progression. This comes from June 4. Janu Purvekaro Nithaya Deham Namaya Padaye Kumbhaka Visarbhau Shvasaya Saptavaram Samachare.
Yes, very good. Now here we'll come to a standing position to start with, and now we'll be placing the hands firm on the ground, and the feet also will be firm on the ground. Now lift your hip to the sky and visualize yourself as a keen, alert dog, poised with vibrant energy and ready to spring. Envision vitality flowing through your limbs, extending out with effortless stretch like the dog greeting the dawn. So here we'll be performing the Shambhavi Mudra, the Samavriti. Engage your perineum, the Mula Bandha, and gaze straight and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Bhujangasana 2, the snake pose 2. This comes from June 4. Stiram Drishtva Samarpya Kapolam Cha Padamapi Vakshas Pusham Virachitam Bhaktanam Shushitam.
Now come flat on the ground, on your belly. Come flat on your belly. Your hands will be by your chest, flat on the ground. Now extend your hands straight, your hands will be straight, and your chest, lifting your chest with alertness and grace. And here we'll continue with the Sama Kumbhaka, and here we'll also be engaging the Bhujangani Mudra, where you'll be opening the mouth wide and subtly draw prana inwards, feeling energy rise like a serpent, and lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze upward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move to the next asana.
The next asana is Shmana Prasaranasana, the dog stretch pose, true core. This comes from, it says, Sarpakriyayam Stana Bhujorapi Bhalamutare.
Okay, so now again let's place the hands and the feet flat on the ground and raise your hips to the sky. Yes, visualize yourself as a keen, alert dog posed with vibrant energy and ready to spring. And here now we'll be performing the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and gaze downwards and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Relax. Let us move to the next asana now.
The next asana is Achalasana, the immovable pose. This comes from Naradiya Samhita. Achalasana.
Yes. So now come to a squatting position. Your feet will be flat on the ground. Yes. And your hands also will be flat on the ground. But here your elbows will be between your thigh and your leg. Yes. So visualize yourself as Achala, the unshakable, eternal presence at creation's core. Embody immovable steadiness amid chaos, unwavering clarity, piercing all flux and profound inner firmness, radiating calm, mastery. And continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and gaze straight and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Relax. And now let us come to the next asana.
The next is Vriddhasana, Uttaranga, the vulture pose progression. This comes from True Core. Hasta Dridham Bhumau Nitva Kakshayo Januni Nipadya Langhayet Sankocha Kakumbhakam Swashasya Saptavaram Samcharayet.
Very good. Now place both your hands firmly on the ground. And now you will be, place your hands firmly on the ground and place the knees by the elbows. And you'll be lifting the knees, your legs off the ground. Both the legs will be lifting off the ground. And here visualize yourself as a powerful vulture. Feel your acidic core that cleanses and transforms all impurities, neutralizing what others cannot endure. And here we'll be performing the Vaishnavi Mudra, where you'll be, so hold outer vision steady without blinking while awareness remains inwardly absorbed. And continue with the Sama Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is the Ekapadaka Kukkutam, the one-leg bruiser pose. This comes from Hatharatnavali. Panchachali Kukkutam cha Ekapada Kukkutam Akaritam Baddachudi Pashva Kukkutam Evacha.
Good. Now, so come again, place your hands firmly on the ground, and one knee will be by your elbow and the other leg will be extended straight and lifted off the ground. So here we'll visualize yourself as a proud rooster, radiant with vibrant cool and feathers, governed by an inner clock that awakens you with perfect timing each day. And continue with the Samakumbhaka, the Shambhavi Mudra, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and gaze forward, chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. And you can also take the help of a partner to help you raise your leg off the ground. Very good, relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Ekapada Kaundinyasana, the one leg Kaundinya pose. This comes from Nithyananda Yoga Rahasya. Vashishtamata Kaundinyam Mudra Kukkutameva cha Ashta Vakramadothanam Mayuram Setu Bandhanam Muttanapadam Pram Chancha Maricham Veerabhadrakam Nagarajam Trikonancha Suptangushta Prasarani.
Okay, good. So now again place both the hands firmly on the ground. Yes. So now you'll be, place your hands firmly on the ground, and then one leg will be forward facing and the other leg will be facing to the side. Yes. Yes. So you can take the help of a partner to help you with this asana. Yes. So visualize yourself as a Kaundinya Maharshi, as Kaundinya Maharishi, embodying luminous intellect and serene devotion. And we'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka, and lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. Now let us move on to the next asana. The next asana is Bhujangasana Dve Purvanga, the snake pose 2 preliminary.
This comes from quote Abhyase Chiddaraya Sambhan Jambhaya Padayo Aroha Shushtastas Syastave Tvechaiva Urdvam Tishtantyapi Yavat Padanguli Prapataha.
Okay, so now come flat on your belly. Come flat on your belly and your hands will be by your side, and extend your hands and lift your chest off the ground and visualize yourself as a poised cobra, lifting your chest with alertness and grace. And here we'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and here we'll be gazing forward, so we'll be gazing upwards and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham internally. Very good. Now relax. Let's move on to the next asana.
The next is Ekapada Kukkutasana on the other side, Parshvantare, the one leg Drusa pose. Panchachuli Kukkutam cha Ekapada Kukkutam Akaditam Baddachuli Parshva Kukkutam eva cha.
Okay, yes. So now place both your hands firmly on the ground, and you will have one leg extended behind you, and the other knee, one knee will be on your elbow, and the other leg will be extended straight behind you and off the ground. So visualize yourself as a cloud rooster radiating and with vibrant comb and feathers governed by inner clock. And continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. Very good. Now let's move on to the next asana.
The next is Ekapada Kukkutam, the one leg Drusa pose from Hatharatnavali. Panchachuli Kukkutam cha Ekapada Kukkutam Akaditam Baddachuli Parshva Kukkutam eva cha.
Okay, so now again place your hands firmly on the ground, and you will be having now the one leg which will be, the one knee will be resting on your elbow, and the other leg will be extended behind you straight and off the ground. Again, visualize yourself as a proud rooster radiant with vibrant comb and feathers, And continue with the Shambhava Mudra, the Sama Kumaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. Okay, now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Advasana. This is the reverse cross pose. This comes from the Yoga Nirnaya of Sundaradeva. Advasanam nama udhare shayana stila sarvangam pranam nabhistale dharayet ityahurman shinaya.
Now lie down completely flat on your belly and extend your hands forward in front of you in the Anjali Mudra, where both your palms will be touching each other. So now we'll also be performing the Shakti Chalana Mudra. Awaken the base energy with steady intent, drawing prana upward through the spine. We'll be continuing with the Sama Kumaka. The Sama Kumaka. Visualize the body as completely dead, physically sinking into an eternal deep ease, and see your consciousness, yourself as outside of your body, everlasting, and contemplate depth of the body with consciousness living on. Surrender your body and feel a serene presence embracing your whole being, and continue with the Sama Kumaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. Very good. Now come up and let's move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Bhujangasana Uttaranga. The snake pose 2 progression. This comes from the third. Hastadvayam parshvayoho stapayitva dhanureva kunchayet pranasya niro the visargho saptavarnam samachare.
Okay, so lie down again now, flat on your belly and your hands by your chest, flat on the ground, and straighten your hands, lift your chest off the ground, and visualize yourself as a poised cobra, lifting your chest with alertness and grace. So now you'll try to lift your chest even further up, and we'll be performing the Bhujangani Mudra. Open your mouth wide and subtly draw prana inward, feeling energy rise like a serpent. And we'll continue with the Sama Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze upward. You'll be gazing upward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Vridrasana. Okay, this is the stable pose 2. This comes from the Hatha Ratnavali. Vijitram naninam kantam shuddhapakshi su mandakam chaurangi chatata prancham Vridrasana kabhasane.
Good. Now you're going to be lying down on one side. Lie down on one side and place your elbow will be on the ground and your hand on your ears, and the above hand will be on the side of your body. Visualize yourself blessed by your Guru, becoming completely powerful and deeply grounded, cradled by earth. You are eternally stable on this planet. Contemplate stability, restful ease and quiet centeredness, nurturing your stillness. And we'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, Sama Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and you'll be gazing to the side, and again continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. Very good. Now come back and we'll move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Uttanapadasana, the raised leg pose. This comes from the Yogic Nirnaya of Sundaradeva, chapter 3. Uttanapadam nama prishte shayanam padamodhvam prasarya drishtim nasagrenidaya pranam sambhasyase.
Okay. So now lie down flat on the ground, on your back, and your hands will be by your side, and lift your legs up. Your legs will be pointing to the sky. and visualize a steady flow of nourishing energy from your feet back towards your heart. See your core strengthening, digestion awakening, and blood circulating freely through your body. Contemplate rejuvenation, balance, and calm settling deeply within and harmonizing your body and your mind. And we'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and we'll be gazing upwards and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham internally. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Ekapada Pavana Muktasana. This comes from the Yoga Nirnaya of Chaturtiya. Ekapada Ekapadapavanamuktasanam nama ekam janu udara samipam nitva hastabhyam badvadupavanam munchati dhruvam.
Okay, so lie down on your back. Yes, and lift. Your legs will be straight in front of you, and lift one knee to your chest and hold on to the knee with both your hands. Imagine a steady inner fire dissolving stagnation to restore digestion, digestive flow and clarity. And we'll here be performing engaging the Parashu Mudra, where you'll be interlacing your fingers and holding onto the knee that is close to your chest. And we'll continue with the Sama Kumbhaka, and we'll be engaging the Chaturtiya Bandha. Lock your chin to your chest and gaze upward, chant Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. So make sure that you are interlocking your fingers. Good. Relax. And now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Ekapada Pavana Muktasana on the other side. The single leg goes on the other side. This comes from the Yoga Nirnaya of Chaturtiya. Ekapada Pavana Muktasanam nama ekam janu udara samipya nitva hastabhyam badvadupavanam munchati dhruvam.
Good. So come back to the same asana as previous one on the other side, and interlace your fingers, and again visualize a steady inner fire dissolving stagnation to restore digestive flow and clarity. Physical pressure and transforms into spinal space, and hip liberation, washing away heaviness to leave behind a profound sense of lightness. And we'll continue with the Sama Kumbhaka, the Chaturtiya Bandha. Tuck your chin to your chest, gaze upward, and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. Very good. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Kamapithasana, the seat of love. This comes from the Sri Tattvaniti. Shayanam prati prishte hastau padayor nivyasya prishtam kote jayat Kamapithasanam pratyate.
Okay, good. So now again lie down flat on the ground on your back, and we'll be raising one knee to the chest and hold on to the knee. You will not be interlocking your fingers this time. Just hold on to your knee and visualize an inner glow or radiant light emanating from the heart region, expanding gently through the chest and along the spine, awakening certain energies of affection and warmth. And we'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha. Gaze upward and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham internally. Very good. Relax. And now let's go to the next asana.
The next is Dhrida Uttolanasana. This comes from Prunukhoz. Dharayatva prishtam vistarya chibutam dridham uttolaye.
So here lie down on your back and place your hands behind your head. Yes, place your hands behind your head. You're not interlocking your fingers here, and lift your chest and your legs off the ground. Try to keep your legs straight, and visualize yourself blessed by the Guru. Feel powerfulness, strength and stability radiating through you. Feel strength in your core as you maintain steady, unwavering support and contemplate centered power, equilibrium and balance. Now continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and gaze forward, gaze upward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Very good. Relax. Let us now move to the next asana.
The next asana is Setu Uttolanasana. This comes from True Core. Shighram Apurya Shwasam Haram Nipidya Katim Uttolaya.
Okay. So now here we'll be placing the feet flat on the ground and we'll be placing the hands, the fingers will be on the ground, firm on the ground. So the palm will not be on the ground this time, the fingers will be on the ground. So the back of your fingers will be firm on the ground, feet flat on the ground, and now you're going to be lifting your body up. Visualize yourself as a sturdy and stable bridge, your feet and hands firmly rooted, and your back and your hip rise strong and steady. Continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka. Here we'll be engaging the Jalandhara Bandha, where you'll be tucking your chin to your chest and gaze straight and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Very good. Relax. Now let's move on to the next asana.
The next is the Hasta Chaturshkonasana. This comes from the Yoga Yoga. Hasta Chaturshkonasanam Nama Padahasta Samam Stapayutva Shariram Chaturshkona Stapayet Ityuchyate.
Okay, so now come on to your knees. Your leg will be flat on the ground, your hands, your palms flat on the ground. Visualize your body strong and steady, an unshakable frame representing your sturdy and powerful inner space, and feel intense engagement and activation in your core, radiating strength through your arms and your shoulders. Now you'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and gaze straight and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Very good. Relax, and now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Yogasana, the tiger pose, the dynamic. It's a dynamic asana. This comes from the Yoga Nirnayasana. Bhadrasanam Nama Karatala Jamubhyam Bhumim Sprishan Padamakhenvadum Kritva Vyaghravad Vijrimbhe.
Okay, so now come onto your knees and lift one knee off the ground. Yes. Lift one knee off the ground and visualize yourself as a majestic lion, radiate strength and regal authority. Feel the courage and fearlessness of a powerful leader flowing through your being. Continue with the Shambhavi Mudra. And continue with the Shambhavi Mudra. Here we'll be performing the Antarangaka Kumbhaka, where we'll be quickly and forcefully inhaling through the nose. Hold on to the breath for a short while and then slowly release through the nostril. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha. Gaze upward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham internally. Very good. Relax, and now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Vyagrasana. Do the tiger pose too. This is a static pose. This comes from Hatayatnavali. Ardhana Adishwaram Shaite Vakasana Dvaravahe Chandrakanta Shuddhasaram Vyagrasanam Itiparam.
Okay, so now come back to the same same position as the previous asana, except that now here we'll not be moving the knee back and forth. We'll just be keeping the feet pointing to the sky, and visualize yourself as a majestic lion, radiate strength and regal authority, and will continue to perform the Shambhavi Mudra, the Antarangaka Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and gaze upward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuboham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
This is now the next asana is the Vyagrasana Parshvantare. The title was repeated. This comes from the Yoga Nirmaya of Sutaradeva. Bhagrasanam nama karatalajanubhyam bhumim sprishtam padamekam kritva vyagravad vijrambhet.
Okay, so now again we'll come onto our knees. Now with the other foot will be bringing it back and forth to the chest and pointing to the sky, and this is a dynamic pose. So visualize yourself as a majestic lion, and we'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Antarangaka Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze upward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashuboham. Very good. Relax. Now let's move on to the next asana.
The next is Vyagrasana Parshvantare. The title comes from the static version. Repeated. This comes from Hataratnavali. Ardhana Adishwaram Chaite Bhakasana Dharavahe Chandrakanta Sudasaram Vyagrasanam Itiparam.
Okay, so now again come onto your knees and point one foot to the sky, one knee will be raised, and keep this position and visualize yourself as a majestic lion, and continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Antarangaka Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze upward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashuboham. Very good. Relax. Now let's move on.
The next asana is Vishrasana Purvanga, the camel pose 3, preliminary, trill core, Vegotaya Jango Pari, Pravishya Hasto Shiro Bhavam Prishtata, Pralambhya Purayet, Vishrata Kumbhakasya Sapta Vedayam Krama.
Good. Now come onto your knees. Place your hands by your hips, on your hips, and visualize yourself. So lean, open up your chest, lean backwards, gaze to the sky, upward, and visualize yourself as a docile, intelligent, resilient camel, thriving in harsh extremes, and see body temperatures rise and fall with the sun, guarding hydration, and sense your kidneys and blood routing water efficiently, and contemplate patience, endurance, and unwavering strength. Embody its quiet wisdom, storing vitality for the longest journeys. Here we'll be performing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, where you'll be slightly contracting the throat and draw the breath slowly in through the nostril, producing the sound of an ocean, and exhale through your nose again. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashuboham. Very good. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Ushtrasana, the camel pose 3. This comes from Trulkhor. Lankadridapala Karangushta Samyogam Purnapashve Katauni Hatya Skanda Vakshasa Prerayet Pito Parinatan Griva Ushtravat Acharet Praveshna Stanani Sapta Samasana Yojayet.
Okay, so now come back to the same position as the previous asana, except now here we'll be holding on to the feet, to the respective feet, and visualize yourself as a docile, intelligent, resilient camel, thriving in harsh extremes. See body temperatures adapt with the sun, guarding hydration, and sense the kidneys recycling water efficiently. Contemplate patience, endurance, and unwavering strength, embody its calm mastery over life's deserts. So now we'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and gaze upwards and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Ushtrasana Uttaranga, the camel pose 3. The progression, this comes from tune 4. Vego Daya Jambo Vaisitva Urdhvayam Samum Maya Karatala Padatale Chatushtayam Samyojayet Prasarikam Prerayitva Shaktim Sanchalayet.
Okay, now come back to the same position as the previous asana. And now try to go deeper into this asana. Try to bend your back deeper backwards and visualize yourself again as a docile, intelligent, resilient camel thriving in harsh extremes. And continue with the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, the Shambhavi Mudra, Mula Bandha, gaze upward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Good, relax. Now let's go to the next asana. The next asana is Shashasana Dve, the rabbit pose 2.
This comes from the Sri Tattvanidhi. Vajasana jam gharugata punah punah vakran esha shashasanam bhavati.
So now here this is a dynamic asana where now start by coming to a plank position, feet and palms flat on the ground. Now raise your raise your hips up to the sky and come back, yes, and jump to the front and back again. So visualize embodying the rabbit's electric alertness and agility. Quick, light, responsive, bursting with untamed energy. We'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra. Here we'll be performing the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Just breathe in and out normally through your nose. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and you'll be gazing straight. And again continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us go to the next asana.
The next is Chaturtiya Vinyasa, the 4-limbed pose. This comes from the Hatha Ratnavali. Vichitram nalinam kantam shuddha pakshi sumandakam chaurangi chatata prauncham dridhasana kaghasane brahmasanam nagapitam antim cha shavasanam evam militva chatura Shityashanami.
Okay, so now come to a plank position. Your hands flat on the ground, your toes pointing to the ground. Yes. Visualize your body strong and stable, rooted in unshakable power. Contemplate empowered stability, forging deeper resilience. Full body intuition, harmonizing every fiber and inner discipline, radiating fiercely. And we'll continue with the Sahaja Kumbhaka, the Shambhavi Mudra, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze straight and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Asharvadisana. This comes from the Yoga Chintamani. Madhyadandam Tiryaghyasta Gatram Kashtam Cha Yoginam Ashavadviti Vikhyatam Asananam Vitadviduhu.
Okay, so now place one hand flat on the ground and bring your body to the side, and the other hand will be on your hip. Yes. So visualize yourself as a solid, unwavering log, balanced, on your side, and your core ignites with deep strength. Your arms and shoulder muscles steady and supporting beneath you. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha. Continue with this Sahaja Kumbhaka, the Shambhavi Mudra. Gaze to the side and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Relax. Now let's move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Ashavadisana, Parshvandare, the bench pose. On the other side, this comes from the Yoga Chindamani, Madhyadantam, Tirya Vyastagram, Kashtam Chayoginam, Asha Vaita Vidyatham, Asananam Vidadviduhu.
Good. Okay, now so we'll be repeating this asana on the other side. So place the other hand now, the other elbow now flat on the ground, and lift your body to the side. Again, visualize yourself as a stable, solid, unwavering love balance on your side. So we'll continue with this Sahaja Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and gaze forward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move to the next asana.
The next is Hamsasana, the swan pose. This comes from the Hatha Ratnavali. Vichitram, Nanilam Kantam, Shuddhapakshi, Sumandakam, Chauram, Gichataka, Kramcham, Dridhasana, Pagasane, Brahmasanam, Nagapitam, Vimshashavasanam, Evam, Viditva, Chaturtiya
Good. Now we'll be placing the hands flat on the ground. Your elbows will be by your navel, and we'll be lifting both the legs off the ground. Your legs will be straight, and lift both the legs off the ground. So visualize yourself as an elegant, graceful swan, serene in beauty. You glide effortlessly through life while paddling vigorously underneath the surface in hard effort. So you can also take the help of a partner to help you lift your legs off the ground. Here we'll be continuing with the Shambhavi Mudra. Continue with this Sahaja Kumbhaka. Just breathe in and out normally. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and gaze straight. Chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So now let's move to the next asana.
The next asana is Aparita Kukutasana, the form booster pose. This comes from the Hatha Ratnavali. Panchachuli Kukutam cha Ekapada Kukutam Aparitam Bandha Chuli Parsha Kukutam Evacha.
Good. So now we'll again be coming to the same position, balancing on the palms. Make sure that the fingers are pointing towards the feet, and the elbows will be by the navel. And here, the feet will not be straight. We'll be placing the soles together, and then so the soles will be together here. Yes, so try to lift the legs off the ground with the soles together. And again, you can take the help of a partner to help you keep the legs lifted up. And visualize yourself as a proud rooster, radiant with vibrant plume and feathers, governed by inner clock that awakens you with perfect timing each day. Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Gaze downwards and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Mayurasana 3, the peacock pose 3, the something from the core. Lambha Drida Karayudmam Janbhavilmukam Nakagrai Prastapyam Kochadvayam Nakhi Pradesh Dhidam Bhumau Niveshaya.
Very good. Now again we'll come back to the same asana as before. Your hands flat on the ground, fingers pointing to the feet, and now extend both the legs The elbows will be on your navel and extend both the legs behind you. Visualize yourself as a radiant, proud peacock. Your vibrant plumage shimmers with every color of the rainbow, symbolizing beauty, confidence, and the courage to express your unique brilliance. Continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha. Gaze downwards and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Now relax. Let's go to the next asana.
Next is Advasana, where the reverse auspicious. This comes from the Yogasana trainer. Advasana.
Good. Now lie down completely flat on your belly, and your hands will be by your chest. So your hands will be by your navel, and visualize your body as a lifeless form resting on the earth. So place your forehead on the ground. So no effort, no need to move, nothing to protect. Sense awareness is standing apart from your body, clear and untouched, simply witnessing breath rise and fall on its own. Let your identity loosen as the body remains still, and allow consciousness to rest vast, quietly and beyond disturbance. And continue with this Shambhavi Mudra, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and continue with this Sahaja Kumbhaka as well. Gaze downwards and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Shalabhasana. The locus posture. This comes from Prabhupada. Adho Mukham Shayutya Chibukam Bhumam Nibaddham Karatala Dvayam Bhumam Nidaya Stairyam Agyat.
Good. Now lie down flat on the ground, on your belly. Hands will be by the side, palms flat facing down on the ground. Here we'll be lifting the feet off the ground. So no need to lift off the chest, only lift the feet off the ground. And again, you can take the help of a partner to help you lift it as high as you can. So visualize yourself as a resilient, adaptive locus. Alone, you are patient and grounded, but when you join others in unity, your energy transforms into unstoppable movement and collective power. Continue with the Shambhavi Mudra. Now we'll be here performing the Samana Kumbhaka, where you will be inhaling deeply, visualizing heat, flames rising up along your spine, and engage your perineum in the Mula Bandha. Gaze at the tip of your nose and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Now you can relax. Let's move on to the next asana.
The next is the Dvipapudasana. This is from the Yogasana Jaina. Dvikapudasanam.
Okay. Now again, lie down on your belly and bring your feet towards you. Hold on to your respective feet. Press your feet down and visualize the two humps of a camel. Stored reserves enabling calm, confident travel through vast deserts without panic. And we'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, and again the Samana Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and gaze straight and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let's move on to the next asana.
The next is Dhanasana, Chaturtiya Vinyasa. The book was called preliminary. This comes from Prabhupada. Karadvayam viparitam gulpadvayam dridam dhritva purna shvase donyena kayam sanchedayet vyayamam kuryat.
Good. So now lie down flat on the ground and lift your feet up. Hold on to your respective foot and lift your chest off the ground as well. And visualize yourself as a powerful, full-blown, full-drawn bow drawn by Paramashiva himself, ready to launch in this dynamic state. Embodied tension and potential energy, steady and strong, poised for purposeful action. And continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Samana Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha. You'll be gazing upwards and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Dhanurasana, bow pose 4. This comes from Trill Core. Adho Mukharshayanam Hastadvayam Krishna Prasadya Jankho Kudinayo Krishna Bhulpadvayam Dridam Dhritva Purna Kumbhake.
Okay, so now come back to the same position as the previous one. Here we'll be trying to curve the back. Pull your feet closer to your more upwards for a deeper bend in the back, and visualize yourself as a powerful full drawn bow drawn by Paramashiva himself. The Shambhavi Mudra, the Samana Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and gaze upwards and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Dhanurasana Uttaranga, bow pose 4 progression. This comes from Trill Core. Kakamarge Nita Hastam Parakadangusha Yogitam Purna Shavi Sargau Saptadishadayet Dridam.
Okay. Now come back to the same position, and now we'll try to lift the chest off the ground, the legs off the ground. Now try to pull the legs further towards the head for a deeper bend. Again, visualize yourself as a powerful, full drawn bow drawn by Paramashiva himself and ready to launch. Continue to engage the Shambhavi Mudra, the Samana Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and gaze upwards. Chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Let's now move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Vajraschalana, the thunderbolt pose. The thunderbolt meditation pose. This comes from the Yoga Karnika. Vajraschalan Nasanam Nama Vajra Nastanahim Chalyan Apanam Urdhvam Nayati Vajra.
On your knees. Knees will be on the ground and sit on your heels, perineum to the heels. Place your hands flat, palms flat on your knees, and visualize yourself as a fierce and brilliant thunderbolt, a flash of divine power, unstoppable force. And continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Samana Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Remain in the same position. Now we'll move on to the next asana.
The next is Hastamuli Vadhasana, the bound finger pose. This comes from Sri Tattvanidhi. Hastad Yasyam Anguli Bhatva Sarvadeham Bahumadhye Nishkashya Vimardhanam Hastanguli Bhaddasanam Idam Bhaddanguli Namadhyekam.
Okay. So now we'll remain seated in the same position. Now bring your hands behind you. Clasp your hands. So bind the fingers of both hands together behind your back. Now you're going to be threading your body gently through your arm and creating a ringing motion by squeezing and releasing the torso. So keep the shoulders engaged and open and maintain a steady breath and core stability. Now you're going to visualize stagnant tamasic energy being released from the tips of your fingers all the way through your chest, and see this ringing motion inducing prana and vitality through your upper body. And we'll continue with the Samana Kumbhaka, the Shambhavi Mudra, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze downwards and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Chaturtiya Vinyasa, the red wall with black wings. This comes from Sri Tattvanidhi. Kakasanam Drishya Purnam Pinjajoshan.
So now here this is an inverted asana. For women who are in their menstrual cycle, please do not attempt this asana. And again, if you're not confident to do this asana, please do not attempt this asana. Do not hurt yourself. And here now we'll be standing on the hands, but the legs, the feet will be towards the head. Yes, as you can see here. So visualize yourself as a vigilant, red-wattled wing, thighs and calves united as your raised back symbolizes alertness and poised readiness. So imagine your energy balanced between grounded stability and sudden elevation, embodying sharp responsiveness and focused awareness, and feel your inner balance grow as you stay rooted yet energetically elevated. And in this asana, you will continue to perform the Shambhavi Mudra, the Samana Kumbhaka, and lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha. You will be gazing forward, straight, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Yes, so if you have a partner, you can take the help of a partner to help you with this asana. So the partner will be standing in front of you or by your side. You can also take the help of a wall with this asana. Very good. Now relax. Let's move on to the next asana.
The next
confident and you're by yourself, please do not attempt this asana. So now we'll be balancing on the elbows and the feet will be pointing to the sky, as you can see here. And visualize yourself as a resilient, adaptive locust. Alone you are patient and grounded, but when you join others in unity, your energy transforms into unstoppable movement and collective power. You embody endurance, swift adaptability, and the ability to rise and traverse great distances with purpose, and feel this dynamic strength within, ready to propel you forward through change and challenge with focused determination. And if you're not able to maintain this position, you can also try to start kicking your leg towards your head and continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. Look downwards and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Vrishtikasana. This comes from the scorpion pose 2. This comes from the Yoga Nirnaya. The Vrishtikasana Nama Shirshas Stahi Pado Prishtata Shirasi Nama Yitva Vrishtikavad Vrijam Bharte.
Good. Now again we'll be balancing on our elbows and we'll be bringing the legs to the feet. Now it is a deeper bend. Now you'll try to place your feet on your legs. Yes, so visualize yourself as a fierce, resilient scorpion. Your highly flexible and segmented tail is your spine, able to bend, twist and strike with precise control in many directions. Continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Samana Kumbhaka, and lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and gaze downwards and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Dardharasana. This comes from the Matha Purana. This is the hair pose. Karuma asana shreshtam Dardharasana muchyate yadasanam samudrishtam tato ruddhasana muchyate.
Good. So now we'll be coming. Yes. So in this asana, we'll start by kneeling with our knees spread wide apart. Yeah, so start by kneeling with the knees wide apart and your forearms resting on the ground in front of you. Okay? And your palms will be down, flat on the ground, and allow your hips to stay lifted above your heel rather than sitting back fully, and gently lower your torso between your thighs, lengthening your spine forward and relaxing your neck. So keep your shoulders soft and away from your ears. So visualize the qualities of a rabbit: lightness, alertness and agility. Feel your body lengthen and your spine stretch gently, inviting a sense of playful energy and quick responsiveness. And embody the rabbit's ability to stay relaxed yet ready, and cultivating both calmness and attentive awareness. We'll continue here with the Samana Kumbhaka, the Mula Bandha, gaze downwards and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. And here we have a new mudra, which is the Mandukhi mudra. So you'll be closing your mouth and subtly move the tongue root, savoring inner nectar. Good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Svanikasana, the gecko pose. This comes from the Matsindra Samhita. Dakshapadam cha vamurumule vinyasatpadam dakshoramola pidhartam kalped sudridhasanam bahu yugmam samusritya Svanikasanam niritam sarva siddhipradam devi sarvaroga vinashanam.
So now, in this asana, we'll be having one leg flat on the ground. So basically, we'll be placing the hands on the ground. The forearm will be on the ground in front of you, and you're going to lean forward slightly. So you're going to be stepping your right foot outside the corresponding forearm. Yes. And grounding the sole firmly while extending the left leg back. So your knee will be resting, the left knee will be resting lightly on the floor, and lower your forearms to the ground for support. Keep your pelvic lobe and your spine elongated, and visualize yourself low to the ground like a gecko, body close and alert. Feel the primal wisdom of grounded vigilance ripple through your body, awakening strength, flexibility and natural flow. And we'll continue to perform the Shambhavi Mudra, which is keep your eyes closed and steady, gazing outwards while awareness rests deeply within. And continue with the Samana Kumbhaka, breathing deeply and visualize the heat, the flames rising up along your spine. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze downwards and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Relax. And now let's move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Svanikasana Parshvantare, the gecko pose on the other side. This comes from the Matsindra Samhita. Dakshapadam cha vamurumule vinyasatpadam dakshoramola pidhartam kalpayed sudridasanam bahu yugmam. Bahuyugmam samutsijya Svanikasanam mritam sarva siddhipradam devi sarvaroga vinashanam.
We'll be performing the same asana on the other side. So this time you'll be bringing the other foot forward, in front of you, outside of the respective forearm, and the other leg will be straight but with the knee placed on the ground. Yes, so visualize yourself low to the ground like a gecko, body close and alert. And we'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Samana Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha and gaze downwards and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let's move on to the next asana.
The next is Vyaghasana Urvanga, the title was preliminary. This comes from the true core. Murdhanam bhumo nihatya sankod chakakumbhakam sammachare.
Good. Now place both your hands and both your feet flat on the ground and raise your hip towards the sky. Yes. And visualize yourself as a powerful, stealthy tiger roaming the jungle. Your muscular body moves with fluid strength and silent precision. You embody fierce independence, fearless courage, and sharp focus as you navigate your territory with graceful confidence. And feel your inner power is awakening, the strength to face challenges boldly, and the patience to wait for the perfect moment, and the primal energy that commands respect and balance. We'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sahaja Kumbhaka, where you'll just be breathing in and out normally through your nose, and lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze downwards and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Vyaghasana, the tiger pose. This comes from the true core. Dvichedo ati tapadtala karatalai stira ardhakumbha samaptau shiraprishtam prasadya pratolya.
Very good. Now again we'll be placing both the feet and both the palms flat on the ground, and we'll slightly be lifting the hips up. Now visualize yourself as a powerful, stealthy tiger roaming the jungle. Your muscular body moves with fluid strength and silent precision, and you embody fierce independence, fearless courage, and sharp focus as you navigate your territory with graceful confidence. Continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze straight, and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Vyaghasana Uttaranga, the title was progression. This comes from the true core. Sthana Prishtam Vyajya Urdhvangri Purasad Prasadya.
Okay. So now we'll be coming to the same position as the last asana. Now here we'll be lifting the heels off the ground. So you'll be on the toes for a deeper, for going deeper into this asana. And again visualize yourself as a powerful tiger, stealthy tiger roaming the jungle. And we'll continue to perform the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sahaja Kumbhaka, the lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze straight and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham internally. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Chakrasana Trini Purvanga, the wheel pose 3 preliminary. This comes from true core. Chakram Riyuttolya Shirase Thidatya Nidhaya Vakadvaya Nihatyangam Vyamamam Sammachare.
Okay, good. So now here we'll be standing on our hands, palms flat on the ground. Again, if you're by yourself and you're not confident about doing it yourself, please do not attempt, do not hurt yourself. If you have a partner, you can take the help of a partner to help you keep your legs straight. So here you will be visualizing yourself as a vibrant wheel of spinning energy, radiating light and power from within. And like a chakra, you are a dynamic center of life force, constantly turning, balancing and harmonizing energy throughout your entire being. And this will pulses with breath, cleansing blockages and opening pathways for strength, clarity and flow. And feel this energy spinning freely inside you, aligning mind, body and spirit in perfect radiant harmony. Yes, and we'll continue to perform the Sahaja Kumbhaka, the Shambhavi Mudra, the Mula Bandha. We'll be gazing downwards and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham internally. Okay. Yes. Very good. Now let us relax and move on to the next asana, which is going to be also an inverted asana.
The next asana is Sharabhasana 3 in the locus posterior progression. This comes from true core. Bhujadvayam prasadya shirapado prishnabhre cha vikshipet purna swashari sarvau saptadha kritva dhairyena tishte.
Okay, good. So now again come onto your hands, stand on your hands, and this time your legs will be bending slightly towards your head. Visualize yourself as a fierce, resilient scorpion. Your highly flexible and segmented tail is your spine, able to bend, twist and strike with precise control in many directions. And with your strong, steady claws, you grasp and hold life confidently, and you embody transformation, fierce protection and the graceful adaptability to respond to life's challenges with focused power and quiet confidence. And feel this potent energy flowing within you, guiding your courage and wisdom. Continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sahaja Kumbhaka, the Mula Bandha. Look forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham. Very good. Now let us go to the next asana.
The next asana is Uttasana. Here the hidden pose too. This comes from Hadaratnavali. Sittam padam tata simham vatram vajram cha muktakam guptam gomukam ekam cha viram swastikam eva cha.
Okay, good. So now here we'll come seated. We'll be seated here. So we'll be on the knees with the feet will be crossed over each other and pressing flat on the floor. So we'll be sitting with the perineum gently on the heels. So place the hands comfortably on the thighs and lengthen your spine, keeping it tall and vertical, and drawing your shoulders down and away from your ears. So visualize yourself quietly drawing into your inner sanctuary, protected from the outside world. Still and sheltered, you become attuned to the subtle energies within, embracing introspection, mystery, and the power of the unseen. And we'll continue here. We'll be placing the hands in the Bindu Mudra, so the thumb and the index finger will be touching, and place the hand on the knees. And we'll be also be performing the Kevala Kumbhaka, where you'll allow the breath to pause naturally, observe without forcing, maintain relaxed awareness, and let normal breathing resume. And we're performing the Uddiyana Bandha, so stuck your stomach in and up. And we'll also be maintaining the Mula Bandha, so we'll be locking the perineum. And gaze forward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashuvoham internally. Very good. Relax, and now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Mandukasana Pancha. This comes from the Yoga Karnika. This is the frog pose 5. Parshvayo Prishna Dese Cha Prishne Dve Cha Samsprishe Jani Yugmagrasnitya Sadayet Mandukasanam.
Okay. So we'll remain in the same position as the previous asana, except now here we'll be placing the hands on the hips. And visualize yourself as a calm, grounded frog sitting peacefully at the water's edge. Still and observant, you embody patience and quiet awareness, fully present in the moment, and your body gently connects with the earth and water, drawing strength from both realms in perfect harmony. And like a frog's gentle presence, you nurture deep inner calm and steadiness, poised to respond with clarity and balance whenever life calls you to move. And here we'll also be performing, engaging the Mandukya Mudra. So close your mouth and subtly move the tongue root, savoring inner nectar. We'll also be continuing to perform the Kevala Kumbhaka, the Mula Bandha, lock your perineum, gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. Very good. Now let us move to the next asana.
The next asana is Uttana Mandukasana. It corresponds to this is from the Yoga Karnika. Mandukasana Madhyastam Purparabhyam Ritam Shiraha Sete Vekavaduttanam Ekaduttanam Mandukam.
Okay. So now we are going to lie down on the back and the legs will be by the side. So you'll be, yes, so the legs will be by your hips and your hands will be behind your head. Yes. And visualize yourself as a reclining frog resting in deep surrender and ease. Your body stretches open, fully supported by the earth as you embody relaxation and trust in the present movement. So your limbs are relaxed but steady. You blend stillness with subtle readiness, restoring energy without tension, and feel this gentle openness within, a harmony of softness and quiet resilience that allows both deep release and calm, steady strength. And we'll continue with the Mandukya Mudra, where you'll be closing your mouth and you'll subtly move the tongue root, savoring the inner nectar. Continue with the Kevala Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze upward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. Very good. Relax. And now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Paryankasana. This is the Royal Couch Pose 2. This comes from the Yoga Sarasamgraha. Uru Yugmam Mula Pidhartam Jankeja Silyasya Parvati Padayugmam Paschimamyasya Paryankam Dridam Tanam.
Okay, good. So come back to the same position as the previous asana, except here now your hands will be extended behind you above your head, and visualize yourself as a sacred couch, the throne of Parvati's, Devi Parvati's, the mountain goddess, and grounded in deep stability you offer a firm seat of calm and resilience, a sanctuary where strength and softness coexist in perfect harmony. And like Devi Parvati, you are both a steadfast protector and a gentle nurturer, radiating quiet power and unwavering grace. And feel this sacred balance within you, a foundation of serene endurance and profound inner peace. And we'll continue now with the Shambhavi Mudra. So keep your eyes open and steady and gazing outwards while awareness rests deeply within. We'll continue with the Kechari Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and we will be gazing upwards and we'll be chanting internally Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Ananda Mandirasana, the Temple of Bliss Pose 2. This comes from the Yogasana Jaina.
A living temple of bliss, your body, the structure, your spine, the central pillar, your chest, the inner sanctum, and feel a quiet self-generated joy, feeling the space from within, not excited or outward, but stable and complete on its own. Rest in the knowing that bliss is housed inside you. supported, balanced, and always accessible. Now we'll continue to perform the Shambhavi Mudra. We have a new pranayama here, which is the Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka. So draw the breath upward from your navel to the heart, and then you're going to be performing the Uddiyana Bandha, where you'll be sucking your stomach in and up. I will also be applying the Janantara Bandha firmly. Lock your chin to your chest, and we'll be locking the perineum. We'll be retaining the breath along the lunar path, and we'll be locking the perineum in the Mula Bandha. And gaze at your third eye, and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham internally. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Sankochasana. The contraction pose. This comes from the Yogasana Jaina. Sankochasana.
Okay, so we'll maintain this same asana as the previous one. We'll maintain the same position. Now you are going to visualize that all the scattered energy is being drawn inwards, as if loose threads are being gathered into one strong cord at your center. Feel distractions, excess movement, and emotional noise contract into quiet strength and control. Rest in the quality of Sankocha, intentional containment, where power is conserved, focus sharpens, and stability comes from holding yourself together rather than spanning outwards. And we'll continue to perform the Shambhavi Mudra. Again, we'll continue with the Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka, and we'll continue to engage all the three bandhas, the Mahamudra Bandha, where you'll be locking your perineum in the Mula Bandha, suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha, and tuck your chin to your chest in the Janantara Bandha, and gaze at the tip of your nose, and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham internally. Now the next asana is Vayu Bandhasana, the air seal pose.
This comes from the Goraksha Paddhati. Padaulitam vasamnipe nyaso janubhyam avastabhya pranamnabham niyamya vaidhandasiddhidayaka. Okay.
So now remain seated with your knees on the ground, and now you'll be the legs will be by your side, so the heels will be by your hips, and you'll be placing your hands flat on the thighs. So visualize yourself embodying the gentle flow and limitless movement of the wind. With each breath you invite openness, lightness, and adaptability, feeling the air element activate within your body and your mind. So we'll continue now here with the Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka and the Mahamudra Bandha, where we'll be engaging all the three bandhas again. Look forward, chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashubhoham internally. And here actually you'll be placing your hands in the Bindu Mudra, so you'll be your thumbs and your index finger will be touching and placing your hand on the knee. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is the Nagendrasana, the serpent king pose. This comes from the Yogasana Jaina. Nagendrasana.
Okay. So now come onto your knees. You're going to be standing on your knees, and your feet will be straight back. And place your hands in the Anjali Mudra in front of you in the Namaskara Mudra. We'll continue with the Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka and visualize the serpent king, upright, alert, and completely still. Make sure that your spine is straight, your chest facing forward, and visualize that you are completely still, covering power without aggression. Feel awareness rise smoothly through the spine like a cobra, poised and ready, calm yet capable of instant response. Rest in that control, strength and dignity, where balance, vigilance and inner authority remain steady without tension. Now continue with the Kriti Shrestha Kumbhaka, Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good. Relax. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Deva Gurvadanasana, the adoring Guru pose. This comes from the Yogasana Jaina. Pada Grajanubhyam Bhumo Sitva Samyagari Hanta Guru Masto Namastye.
Okay. So now again we will be sitting on the perineum and the hands will be in front of you in the Anjali Mudra. Keep your spine straight. Visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, radiating divine effulgence and an eternal avatar in human form standing before you, overflowing bliss, compassion, and infinite Shakti, awakening your being into oneness with Paramashiva. Continue with the Kriti Shrishta Kumaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Very good, relax. And now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Swadhyasana. The self-study pose. This comes from Yogasana Jaina. Swadhyayasana.
Okay, so now we'll be lifting the hip off the ground. The toes will be pointing to the ground, and again place your hands in the Anjali Mudra, in the Namaskara Mudra in front of you, and visualize and bring your attention inwards like a quiet observer watching the mind without judgment. Feel balance, sharpen awareness, revealing subtle habits, reactions and impulses as they arise and pass, and rest in Swadhyaya, self-study through direct experience, where discipline, honesty and clarity grow from steady Flabandha, gaze forward and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Now let us move to the next asana.
The next is Vishamkhasana, the unshackled pose. This comes from the Naradiya Samhita. Vishamkhasana.
Okay, so now come to a seated position, and your heels will be in front of you, your toes will be pointing downwards, and your heel will be at your perineum, and your palms will be on your knees, palms facing up, and visualize restraints gently failing away from within, and the body remains grounded and upright. Keep your back straight, needing no effort to hold itself. Knees and heels support you steadily as the spine rises and falls, allowing awareness to rest unbound. Experience freedom not as movement but as the absence of inner resistance, stable, open and quietly unstrained. Continue with the Kriti Shrishta Kumbhaka, the Mula Bandha, and gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is the Panchanga Karasana, the 5-minute salutation pose. This comes from the Yogasana Jaina. Ubau Padayor Ragham Ubayor Janal Nostatha Lalatam Prabhu Nyasya Pranamyar Hanta Guru Mustu Namaste.
Very good. Now here will be tucking the toes, so the toes will be pointing to the ground. Come onto your knees and place your hands in the Namaskara Mudra and lean forward and down. And visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, radiating divine effulgence and eternal avatar in human form standing before you, overflowing bliss, compassion and infinite Shakti, awakening your being into oneness with Paramashiva. Lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham internally. Very good, relax. And now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Maralasana. This comes from the Yogasana Jaina. Maralasana.
Okay, so now place your palms flat on the ground, the fingers pointing to the feet, and your legs will be straight, your toes will be pointing to the ground. Your toes will be on the ground, you will not be lifting here, you will not be lifting your legs off the ground. Yes, try to keep your legs straight as much as you are able to, and visualize yourself as an elephant, graceful and serene in beauty. You glide effortlessly through life while paddling vigorously underneath the surface in hard effort. You have deep loyalty, lasting love and commitment, and your majestic presence embodies purity, strength, peaceful dignity. And here we'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka, where you'll be inhaling through the nose and exhale evenly, maintaining rhythmic breath without strain, and lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze downwards, and continue to chant Om Nithyananda Parama Shubhoham. Now let us move on to the next asana, asana 697. So 3-4 more asanas to go.
The next is the peacock pose 3. This comes from the true core. Mayurasana Trini Purvanga. Yoma Valam Hita Shira Prishtam Protsadya Padadvayam Utkshipya Dehamodam Vyajye.
Okay. So now here we'll be placing the palms flat on the ground, fingers pointing towards the feet, and we'll be placing the elbows on to the side of the navel, and we'll be lifting the legs up to the sky. Yes. And visualize a magnificent peacock spreading its iridescent feathers in full display. Feel the energy of the peacock filling you with confidence, pride, and spiritual awakening. Like the proud peacock, embody a radiant presence that captivates and inspires, symbolizing renewal, transformation, and the majestic unfolding of your true self. We'll continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumbhaka, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Parama Shubhoham. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next asana is Mayurasana Trini Uttaranga, the peacock pose 3 progression. This comes from the Yoga Nirnaya of Sundaradeva. Mayura Asanam Nama Karatalao Nibhi Samipya Stapayitva Koshte Padao Cha Sampu Tapya Mayurabadvicha Vichare Dhruvam.
Okay. So now we'll be coming again on balancing again onto our hands and the fingers pointing to the sky, to the legs, and this time we'll be lifting the legs off the ground, but the legs will be parallel to the ground. We'll not be lifting it off to the 45-degree angle. Keep the legs parallel to the ground and visualize a magnificent peacock spreading its iridescent feathers in full display. Feel the energy of the peacock filling you with confidence, pride, and spiritual awakening. So you can also take the help of a partner to help you maintain the legs off the ground, and continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, the Sama Kumbhaka, and gaze at the tip of your nose and chant internally Om Nithyananda Parama Shubhoham. Very good. Now let us move on to the next asana.
The next is Mayura Asana Chaturtiya, the Uttaranga way. The peacock pose 4 progression. This comes from the core. Vamaya Pravartayitva Dakshina Cha Pravartayet Urdhvam Cha Parivartayet Saptanashin Vigatyate.
Okay. So now again we'll be balancing on both the palms, the fingers pointing to the legs. Now one knee will be on the elbow, one elbow will be on the knee, and the other leg will be extended. And visualize a magnificent peacock again spreading its iridescent feathers in the full display, and feel the energy of the peacock filling you with confidence, pride and spiritual awakening. Continue with the Shambhavi Mudra, the Sama Kumaka, Lucky Perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Now the last asana before Shivasana.
The next asana is Mayurasana, Chaturtiya. The peacock pose 4 progressions is from 4. Vamaya pravartayitva dakshina cha pravartayet purvodvam cha parivartayet saptanadin nigatyate.
So now we'll be performing the same asana on the other side, and visualize a magnificent peacock spreading its iridescent feathers in full display. Feel the energy of the peacock filling you with confidence, pride and spiritual awakening. And like the proud peacock, embody a radiant presence that captivates and inspires, symbolizing renewal, transformation and the majestic unfolding of your true self. And continue with the Sama Kumaka, the Shambhavi Mudra, Lucky Perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze forward and chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Now let us come to Shavasana Chatvari, the corpse pose 4.
The next is Shavasana Chatvari, the corpse pose 4. This is from the Bhairava Yamana Chaturapala. Swarupam Swadehim tu Samvibhavya Sushambharam Mam Tatraiva Nilyakaryaha Pranapana Vinasataha.
So lie down completely flat on your back. Your hands will be by your side, palms facing up, and visualize your body as a sacred offering to death, surrendering reverently. Breath slows and gently merging into silent wave. Each exhale deepens, release tension, thoughts, attachment. Emptied breath by breath. Sense dissolution beyond form, identity. Only pure spacious remains, vast. Only pure spaciousness remains, vast, still and infinite. And gaze inwards in the Shambhavi Mudra, lock your perineum in the Mula Bandha, and here we will be performing the Kevala Kumbhaka, where you will allow the breath to pause naturally, observe without forcing, maintain relaxed awareness and let normal breathing resume. Engage the Shambhavi Mudra, keep your eyes closed but steady and gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within. Continue to chant internally Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Help me on with my love and response. Let you all open all your 3 eyes.
Congratulations, and with this we've completed another set of 100 asanas, and we have completed 700 asanas, and tomorrow we are going to be continuing with asana 701, and we'll do another
so much, and you can set a good clap. If you like this video, and please click like and subscribe. So we're going to continue the next set of asanas tomorrow. Which are, yes. So if you want to experience further and more deeper completion with your body and yourself, you could join the Parameshwasena program, which is happening now, currently in Guinea-Bissau and Tiruvannamalai. So in the next program starts on the 1st of April. If you are really interested and want to attend the program, just you have to look at the link at the screen here. And you can register for the program now. Do not miss this opportunity to give yourself a breakthrough and experience Paramashiva within you. So thank you for watching. Let's end with the Purna Mudra. Hands in Anjali Mudra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudakshate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyananda